What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, coming in with a firm handshake, this guy. It's been a while since I've done one of these matches. You're strapped in for an 8-ball match again. This is APA League, so be racing to games. It's been a while since I've done one of these matches. Been really looking forward to getting back in the bunker here and getting it done. As you can see, we got another Ron match coming up. This might be the second or third one in a row, but you know, it's hard to get matches sometimes. Not everyone wants to be filmed, but that's all right. This one, I wish we were doing and having a great time in here tonight, man, but we're not. I want you all to pay attention to what happens in this and tell me if I'm being an unreasonable guy. First off, let's get some introductions. That was Ron shooting. He's playing, I honestly don't remember the dude's name. We're going to call him John. Not to be confused with the John on my Masters team, who you'll probably see a match of here eventually, but we're going to call this guy John. And this is Ron shooting. He's not wearing a glove, so the other guy will be wearing a glove and a baseball cap. I missed what he made. We're going to try and keep this about pool, guys, but man, some people. How you guys been, man? Let's get into this. He is, okay, so if he's solids, let's see here. 2 balls kind of a problem. It's not as much of a problem as all the stripes over there. And you know what? All you guys give Ron a hard time. And this is all right if you can see the one. All you guys give Ron a hard time. He's been shooting pretty good recently. And this would be the first match. Yeah, I think this is the first match that I've posted of him since he's changed up his stroke a little bit. He's really opened up his stroke and it kind of lengthened his bridge, and it's helped a lot. And I think it's what's going to take him to the next level, which you guys might call his next level being a 3-speed. I'm just kidding, Ron. Oh, with the APA bank. Let's go, man. Okay. Can we do this? Not really. Everything's messed up. Yeah, so the guy he's playing, I'm not sure who he is. I've never met him before. He's new to this league, though I guess he's been playing APA for 9 years. He's a 4. He's racing to 3. Ron is a 5, racing to 4 games. So Ron needs 4 games. This guy needs 3. Looks like he was trying to take that one ball across past the 8, but that's a little tight. Let's get this 2-ball out of here. Maybe I'll try and go off the rail or get a little fancy here. Still locked up. So, yeah, this guy, tell me if I'm being, you know, a little too much. He's got this ball here. Now, I'm coming into this already a little biased because he's already shown some sharking sort of features in another match that played right before this. Tony was playing someone, and I noticed, the first time I noticed it is Tony got on the 8-ball, and this guy, he wasn't playing this guy. He's their captain. This guy's the best shot on their team, I guess. But he like approached the table and kind of stood kind of as big as he could as Tony was shooting the 8-ball, which, you know, you should never really approach the table when someone else is shooting, period. And maybe I'm a little too strict on that, but I think anyone who appreciates the game kind of respects those kind of rules. And that kind of happens a couple times through this. But I'll let you guys see if I'm just being a little too uptight. Let's see what a rooster can do here, man. Long shot. I guess he's got the 3-ball, huh? Nice shot. Bump the 9. Okay, so now he's got some options. All he's got left is the 2, 9, the 2, 1, and 7, and they are all sitting pretty close to straight. I don't know if the 8 goes, but you gotta think you can try. I think if I remember correctly, I'm here. I am watching this match. I'm just to the right of the camera. But I personally don't know if I would take the 2 right now. I think I would take the 7 and roll up, possibly bump the 8 if it's an option. Take the 2, 7 to the 1, but he went this way, which is not a bad idea. Letting the cue ball run this far is a bad idea. My boy got frozen to the rail. If I'm ever seeing that, like, you gotta be kidding me. Ugh. Yeah, this is tough. Now he's put in a weird spot. Guessing he's looking to see if the 7 even goes. I mean, at this point, you got to try and make the 7 and get lucky for a 1-ball shape, but That would look like it would have been scratch number 1, Rooster. I think he might have. No, that was scratch 1. And I think he shoots pretty good in this game. You guys tell us what you think, but I think he shoots pretty good in this game. Maybe someday he'll get some respect around here, man. Oh, man. It's all in fun, and luckily Ron is a very good sport. So he's getting rid of this trouble right here. For me, if you were asking me, if the 12 ball goes from where he's shooting, I don't think I'd try to take it now. It might be locking up the 8 ball. I mean, you don't need to use the 1 ball, use the cue ball to get kind of weird shape. I don't know what he was trying to do there. That hitting the ball that hard. I mean, I think that's harder than I break. But so now here's issue number 1. You guys, if you know what a double hit is, pay attention to this real quick. I wasn't here for this, or else I would have asked WTF. Okay, clearly a double hit, right? Cue ball went just as far. Look, they both traveled the same speeds. That tells you it's a double hit. If you want refresh on how to identify a double hit or not, Dr. Dave has an awesome video. I think anyone playing in League should watch it and understand it, though obviously not everyone does. If that was hit legally, the cue ball would not have rolled like that. You can't put topspin on that cue ball because you'd have to hit it twice. You can't follow through. So all you can do is poke it. You can jack up and poke it, and the cue ball would have sat right there on the rail where it was. But I digress. Ron's going to play where it lies. Take a stab at this 1 ball. Let's go. Look, see, he's got a nice stroke now. That was a good hit. So now he's got to kick at this ball. And I believe, yeah, I think our guy starts approaching the table now. You'll see what I mean. You guys tell me if this is too close. You guys tell me if this is too close. I mean, he's pretty much almost standing at the table. And he's, making some movements, you know what I mean? Approaching the table as though Ron had already missed a shot. It's little stuff like that, you know what I mean? Everyone knows a guy like this, you know what I mean? That just tries to twist the knife every possible way. But hey, maybe I'm being dramatic, maybe I'm being dramatic. You guys tell me. Just pay attention. It only gets better. So he's got a wide open table. If we're talking about pull, yeah, I think this is what I would do. This one's the only one that's a little strange. I'd probably take this and make sure I got on the right side of the table of the 9 ball so I could just stun it over for the 15 or the 13. But oh my God, he hit that as hard as possible. I don't think I remember how hard this guy shot every ball. Holy crap. Is he going to do the same to this one? Yeah, well, everyone has their own style. I guess I won't knock it that much. He kind of lost shape on the 14. He didn't need to hit it that hard, but that's all right. Now you need to stroke this if you want to stop shot this for the 9 on the side, though you don't have to. You can roll up. There's a nice touch and a good shot. Okay. Check it out, guys. You tell me. He's on this ball, and this is where I missed the first one, and I was standing here, and I looked at Ron, and I'm like, do we get a watch on this? Like, this guy's been saying he's really good. He's been playing for 9 years. He knows he can't hit directly into this. I'm like, do we get a watch? And I'm like, he didn't even try. He didn't even try. And at that point in time, I got pretty frustrated. And I voiced my opinion that should be ball in hand. Nothing was said for a while. And somewhere around this point, he said, if you really think it's ball in hand, then take ball in hand. And if I was wrong, I would have took ball in hand. But despite all you guys hating on him out there, he's a stand-up guy, and he said, we didn't watch it, so I'm not going to start an issue over it. But ball in hand, I mean, that's game over, right? That's game over. Which is what that should have been. It's funny because right there he said, at least I got the shape I wanted. And I'm like, dude, you can't. Of course you did. Whatever. So now Ron's stuck with some Nothingsville. Okay, so it looked like he was trying to play the bank, but I think he was playing whitey there a little bit too to try and hide behind some stripes. And now I'm just like, this has just gotten silly now. Now this guy can safe all day long. Ron probably going to lose this rack. Off of 2 illegal hits, but whatever. I guess this teaches us all to get someone to watch these shots so that you're out of the equation. That was a pretty decent kick too. And it's a smart kick, right? Because you're playing endgame 8-ball. That was the if you can kick as well as that, then that's the shot you take to make sure that you stay hidden on this side of the 8. Now Rooster's got a tough kick shot. Yeah, the kick to the long rail is dangerous, man. You hit the 7 the wrong way, the 8-ball falls in pretty easily. I forget which way he kicks here. He does go to the long rail. Remember, this was making me nervous, though. I was pretty frustrated at the time. Oh, man. And here we didn't get a watch on the shot, but luckily our boy John was watching the shot and said, yeah, that was 8-ball first. So at this point, I mean, am I being ridiculous? How do you guys fare in these situations? Because at this point, I wouldn't really be able to play pool, man. And Ron has been in this spot plenty of times before in league. And he does pretty well about keeping his cool. But I mean, hey, when he wants ball in hand for 2 or 3 balls in the 8-ball out, I mean, Ron would have done the same thing a minute ago. Whatever. I think you said it didn't matter if he took ball in hand anyway, because he's probably going to put the cue ball in a worse spot than it already was for that first ball. So that's that one. How do you guys do with these situations? And maybe it's not a situation. Maybe I'm just being sensitive. I'm a sensitive guy. Though, on that note, I am a pretty sensitive guy when it comes to this kind of stuff. So you see this stuff all the time in bars, right? In any sort of formal league play, people are pretty good about not approaching the table and doing the typical stuff that you see at every bar. You know, standing at the table, making noises. I will say, during the first match, this guy was doing the, like, toddler at a high chair. Like, he was just banging the drums out to every song with his pen that came on. Though I will say it wasn't just when our players were shooting. He was doing it to his own players too. It was incredibly annoying, but whatever. But I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff when people are, you know, trying to do little things to get under your skin. Like if I'm at a bar and someone's starting to kind of approach the table, because I don't expect them to know league rules, and etiquette, I guess, is really what it comes down to. What I'll usually do is just circle the table a couple times and look at other shots and keep circling it like a vulture until all the people around the table back up. Ron and Tony think it's hilarious, but anyways. I'm pretty sensitive to stuff because then I know they're trying to play a different game, and as soon as I get frustrated, man, I can't hit the broadside of a barn. And those kind of people definitely get me. They get me. Okay. He was shooting at stripes, so I'm pretty sure he made at least one of each. Let's get back to some pool. You got to take solids in this right here. And you just got to find a way to get on that 3 and the 5. You can take the 1 now and try and get between the 3 and the 5. Or take the 2 ball first and then the 1 to get between the 3 and the 5. Like, I'm thinking if you could, yeah, this is... You could go either way, but I mean, I would go either way. You could go 100 ways, but I would try to hit the 8 ball basically right here. Yeah, perfect. I got a little weird on that 3 ball. I wonder if I take the 7 or the 2 at this point. Oh, here we go again. So, I mean, you guys tell me. It's a little bit of a fisheye lens, so it doesn't look that close to the table, but it's just the fact that, you know, someone's approaching the table. See, he's already at the table from the position he was in. But again, maybe I'm being dramatic. You guys weigh in. I need you guys to weigh in and tell me this guy Drew Von Port's losing his mind. So I thought this was kind of a funny shot. I think it's the right shot that he takes. Pay attention to the speed here. So he's going to kick at these balls, which I like that because you can make the 14. It's pretty doable, and it leaves him in a good spot. Like this guy plays pretty good two-way. Almost hit it the right speed to make it. And then he says, that was safe. Mark it safe. Yeah, we got you. We got you. Sure. I don't know how that was. You weren't trying to make that 14 ball, but yeah, maybe you didn't realize that would go in. Regardless. Yeah, here we go again with this stuff. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being dramatic. You guys tell me. So I will say, this isn't a wall right here. My camera's not up against the wall. This is as close as I could bring it. Do you see what I mean? Oh, there's just kind of the approach, the stance at the table. And Ron kept his head down about that one. That one didn't work on him. Would have worked on me, like I said. If you guys ever play me, pretty sensitive stuff. But there's a table right there that I'm sitting at. There's plenty of room behind it. Now, what do you think about this?
You mind doing that anywhere else? First time?
Walking right up to the table, chalking in the line of sight, and leaning over and looking under the light. You see what I'm saying, you guys? If I didn't have you convinced before, I hope I do now. And it worked. And it worked. That's me. I'm getting pretty annoyed at this point, but the sharking worked, man. I mean, and there's a reason why it's not legal and it's against the rules, though it's kind of like sometimes a harder rule to follow. That's why usually we have the league operators here in-house. This is the one night they were not there. They're in Vegas, probably doing APA stuff that I never made it to. Interesting shot choice to pound that ball like that, but 100 ways to skin a cat. Just rearrange the furniture there on that choice. All right. Rooster's got... So, he's been in this situation before where we were in the Master City Tournament, and we got in a pretty big disagreement with a team. And luckily, I had already... Well, actually, I had to play through it a little bit, and I barely survived beating this guy, but... He had to play someone, and I remember I'm like, dude, I don't even know how you can see straight. And he pulled it out hill with a very hard 8-ball shot. He's got nerves of steel, compared to me anyway. But I like this shot right here. I was a little hesitant. You have to make it. That's the only thing. You have to just make sure you make this shot because you're kind of weird, right? You don't have to get crazy. Just make sure you make it, and that's pretty good. So now... If he would have got out a little bit more for the 3, then you could have talked about coming 2 rails for the 7. But now we just want to get good shape on the 4 ball to bring you back to the 7. That was always the shot, but now he definitely cannot get to the 7, basically. So just come out 2 rails. Oh, like that. That's a little steep. That is a little steep. So now it's going to be tough. So now it's so thin. For the record, the 4 ball is down there on the short rail. It's so thin. I think I put inside on this and try and bump the 7 because I don't think you can hold it. Maybe you can, but I mean, it's just difficult to hold it. He was trying to hold it. Yeah, and he put some inside spin on it too. It would have been weird. And he is ready to go. All right, Rooster. So now it's even tougher, man. Same situation as before. I think with this case, in this case, I still put a little inside spin on this and try and bump the 7. I don't remember exactly how he does with this ball. I don't try to hold it and get too fancy, though we are playing on diamonds that play perfectly level and the pockets are not very tight. You could slow roll the hell out of this, but I think I stroke it. Oh, there you go. Stroke it. Yep. Boom. Hit the 9 or the 7. There you go. There you go, man. Dunzo. Got nice and straight on this. I know I walked away at this point. I saw that he was done, and I think my teammate needed a timeout on another table. Boom. Do you see how he kind of opened his stroke up? And that's something for all you Ron haters out there. I never really liked his stroke before, and it's something we hadn't talked about. It was kind of short and kind of punchish, and now he's opened it up, and things are just clicking a lot better. Unless they're not. That is just silly. And I won't turn the mic on. I don't know if there was maybe he was offering young Ron some advice. I don't know. But that is unfortunate. That is a terrible way to make a terrible error. That sucks. Shooting okay though. Like that was decent. 7 of you will disagree, but that's okay. Nice spread here. I missed if he made it. Ron's got to get his head right now, so scratched on an 8, and then the first game he scratched he didn't, but you know, you guys and me in the future can go back to that first rack where he kicked the 7. I forgot to look at and see if he did hit the 7 first. Oh man, if he really did hit the 7 first, I thought they were about the same time. Maybe he hit the 8 first. You guys are probably already commenting that he hit the 8 first, if anyone actually watches this video. But man, if he hit the 7 first, that's even worse. Though the guy had pretty much a good spot anyway. That's a nice starter shot right there. Okay, man. This is looking pretty good. You got to get on the 9, and you're kind of on the 9 right now. Though the 14 is tempting to trying to get you closer to the 9 or get you something better than that. Ooh, a little too much stroke on that one, Ruski. I wonder if he was trying to just stun over to that long rail. Between the 1 and the 10 ball, that is, I think. Along the long rail over there. Which is not a bad move. There you go. Little bump. Oh, dude. Nice shot. That was clutch. Especially in this moment right now. You're down on the hill in like this silly situation. I think I hit this really slow and I try and hold it for that 12 ball. Yeah, I think that might have been what he was thinking, but nah, I'd have gone slower. So I don't think I'm shooting the 15 because it's so thin you're going to send Whitey flying. I'm taking this 10 ball, if that's what that is, along the long rail here, and probably as slow as humanly possible and try and hold the cue ball over there. If I don't hold it well for this stripe, then I got the 15. Let's see what he does. Oh, he stroked it. Don't make it. Lame. That was his take and run, man. That was about to be glorious. You got to be careful running out against these really good players like this guy. When you start running out, if you leave it all open, goes for the bank. Wasn't terribly far off, and look, he would have had the 15 in the side, and stun out for this 8 ball. That would have been nice. But he left him not a whole lot. He did luckily take away the duck. So he's going to have to make a pretty tough shot here. At this point, I think the shenanigans finally turned off, you know, because it's hill time. Okay, yeah, so he was playing safe. I tell you guys all the time, it comes down to the end game 8 ball, man. That's what makes or breaks games. End game, this moment 8 ball, where you got to be very careful where you leave the cue ball. And this guy definitely knows how that works, it seems. Which way is he going to cut that ball down here? Towards the 3? Towards the 3? That's all right. It got in the way. Pardon me. Let's see. So if I'm him, the 2 ball, anytime the balls freeze up like this, you know, I've talked about my straight line safety. Anytime balls freeze up like that orange, the orange 5 and the blue 2, it makes for very easy safety play. So all you have to do is just roll forward and just tap that 2 ball. And just let the 2 ball hit the rail. You free them up, and you can freeze the cue ball on the 5 and leave Ron like absolutely screwed. And then you get ball in hand with a situation like this. Okay. That's not terrible either, to be honest. Let's see if he can make this 15 ball down there. Or sorry, I know it's not the 15. We'll call it the 12 ball. Whatever ball it is down past the 3. Are we cutting back out? I think that's an error. I will fix that. Disregard everything I just said. Rooster's got a big dome. Looks like a little inside spin. We got a little POV bonus shot here. Look at this. That's a nice shot. Yeah, he had inside spin on that to get it out and around the 3. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I don't know if the 15 still goes in the side. You could talk about some dirty pull and hit this hard and fast before anyone comes to watch it, though I would never promote such behavior. Unless it was Hill in this situation. Just kidding. But I guess you got to take it all the way down, stroke it, make sure you don't scratch in the side. It looks a little elevated. Oh no, that was a nice stroke. Oh man, he was about to get perfect on that 8 ball. And that would have been Dunzo again. This is the smart call, right? Because you stay behind the 5. Good end game 8 ball strategy. Made it anyway, that's fine. Say, man, really good players like this, they'll just, with really difficult runouts like this, they'll just run right out on you if you leave it all open for them. I can't see any errors, any pitfalls here. You know, probably just tap this, set up for the 5. Brings you down for the 3, I would think. Just gotta kind of stun it a little bit. Don't hit it at break speed. I don't know how he does this. Oh yeah, he went with the top and with outside. That was kind of a trap. But still very doable. So this cut is gonna send him. You gotta worry about the side pocket scratch. The side pocket is in play, but I think you can survive. I think you can miss the side pocket. It's hard to tell from this angle, especially with like a fisheye lens. Goes for the bank. Bank is safe. And he made sure the cue ball didn't come out to leave Ron a good shot on this 15. So for this shot, me and him actually talked about this principle of when you come off the line. So where you want to be for this 15 is kind of where the 3 ball is, or in that line. A lot straighter. If this is the line, somewhere like just within the line. And when you come out of it, you got to either usually have to stroke it one way or the other. And in this case, since he's on this side, you got to draw the hell out of it. Either shape the short side of it, or at least hit the long rail over there and come back to this side. You got to hit, so you got to stroke this. We talked about that. I think that's what he was going for. He just missed the ball pretty poorly, and yeah, that sucks. This is looking pretty good. If the 3 ball is straight, you just got to roll up a little bit and make this 2 ball straight. Just got to tap it. Kind of stunned it a little bit. Instead of letting it roll, stroked it. Guy's in stroke now. You hate to see it. Oof. Oh man, what do you do here, guys? I know I was looking at this and I almost wanted to call timeout and just ruin everything in the very last shot, like I always do for him. But I was thinking bank it just to really make sure you hold it to leave him the bank on the 2. I didn't want to cut it and leave the long cut on the 2. But he does take away the corner pocket, so that is something to keep in mind. He probably thought of, if I missed, at least I should hide the corner pocket and leave him straight into nothing. But the side pocket's there, I guess. It's tough, and your cue ball is going to suck, but I wish the whole match would have been more like this, without all the shenanigans. Let's see if he cuts this in the side. He sure does. Scratch? No scratch. Your cue ball is going to suck unless you pound it. But God, you can't hit those side pocket shots with speed. They'll pop right back out. So this, I won't say both cuts. The cut to the bottom left corner, we'll call it over here, should be okay as long as you don't scratch. You're going to send the cue ball into the same corner of the table, so it'll be safe for Ron as far as a two-way scenario. But he banks it, looking to bank it anyway. It's tight. It's tight. I mean, he didn't come over here and look at how tight that was past the 15, but it's tight past the 15. You don't need to when you got instinct, man. Hitting it that slow, too. Look at this. That's a nice shot with the firm handshake. That's a nice shot. And that's how it does it, man. The game got away from us early. We got under our skin. Well, I know it got under my skin. I wasn't even playing. But what do you think? I know if you watched it this far, the last rack was fine, despite the tensions that were at play, which would have bothered me. Ron says they didn't really bother him. At least he said so anyway. But what do you think, man? Sharking? I have to say it is, but I really want to hear what you guys have to think about it. I've got some other matches coming out, but thanks for hanging out, guys. If you like what we do here, man, like and subscribe. Don't like this one. This one doesn't deserve to be liked. Dislike. No, don't dislike. That's going to mess up the algorithm. Give it a like. Till next time, guys. If you're not subscribed, think about it. Catch you later.